Alright, time for the last Reigns of Castamere deck now. The Tyrell Reigns of Castamere. Oh yes, this is another classic deck. I remember when this was one of the best decks in the game. It won some big tournament. I want to say Starlike. Maybe last year? I don't know. At some point it was a super good deck. It's still pretty solid. It's just that other more busted stuff has come out since. And the deck really has not changed that much, I would say. Not the version I'm playing, at least. I don't know. Tyrell has enough good options that you could definitely play like more of a Knights version of this deck with the Green Apple Knights, because those have an intrigue icon and they can get big. You could play the core Marjorie instead of the big one that I'm playing, and I don't know. There's different stuff you can do. But basically we have this card, 6-cost Marjorie Tyrell. A very nice card because if she has protection, then it both nullifies military claim mostly, and is like a super anti-Valar Morghulis card. Like, people really will not ever want to do Valar if you have her out and any lords. So we have her, and then we've got the lords to help her out, which is 3 Renleys, because he's a really good card with an intrigue icon and he's a lord. Then we've got this guy, Big Arlen. The 4-cost one is probably more efficient, but I'm playing Flea Bottom and Willa's Tyrell, so it's like, whatever, I'll just play this one. I think both of them are fine. Knight of Flowers. I think either version of this card again, probably fine. Willa's, Littlefinger, Intrigue Icon Lords, Paxter, 6 Mace, similar reasons, Garth, all that good stuff. And so we've got the Lady in Waiting to go with Marjorie Tyrell, and also with the Queen of Thorns, another big intrigue icon with a potentially strong ability. You know, you could put Mark Mullendore into play or something like that. And some more ladies. Illyri's pretty good. There's a lot of good 2-cost Tyrells that you can search out, or Hightower Spy, and Eleanor, because, I mean, 3 for 3 intrigue lady, sure. Then we've got our strength buff stuff. So we do have one Randall that we can potentially find with Marjorie, or just draw him, who knows. And strength buff stuff to help activate the reigns, like Arbor Marketplace, Crown of Golden Roses, which also goes with Flea Bottom, and the Renly's Ride and Growing Strong. And let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, since we have strength buff stuff, we have High Guarding Courtier. Standing Renly Baratheon is pretty good, turns out. Scheming Septon, super good. Tyrell card. Yeah. Tyrell just has so many good cards, it's hard to actually fit all of them into a single deck. Like, you can see a lot of these, I'm only playing at 2, or in the case of Old Town, only 1 copy, because there's just no other way to squeeze it all into 60 cards. But it would be nice to have like 2 Old Towns and maybe 3 Lady in Waitings. You still wouldn't really be going wrong if you did that. So since we have the Crown in the Renly, we have the King in the North. For some reason this plot doesn't get played as much anymore, but it's still extremely obnoxious. And there's a fair amount of Martell, so I definitely like having it. Bodyguards, Milks, Economy, Flea Bottom. Yep. Even Flea Bottom is not that great, even with the limited discard abilities that you have. Sometimes if you draw a bunch, you can like discard for reserve or something. It's just not great in Tyrell, but it's like there's not any other limited or restricted cards rather that are really worth using. Hightower's not really worth it when you're not going to consistently draw more than 1 per turn off of it. The 7-cost Mace isn't worth it when you can't play Hightower, and because the faction kneel interferes with the agenda. And then, I mean, I think if I was not doing a Reigns deck and therefore wasn't playing Late Summer Feast, I might not play Flea Bottom and play Trey Browse instead of Late Summer Feast, and that would be the restricted card. I think that would be totally reasonable, and still would probably be reasonable in this deck, but I like to play Late Summer Feast, the guilty pleasure of this, when I have the chance with Reigns of Castamere, to be like, oh, I can just flip out of it. So Noble Cause, Feast, Close Call, which is both good with Flea Bottom, and the fact that, you know, we have characters with dupes that can end up dying for Marjorie or something, like if you kill, well, most of these lords are ×1, but still, Close Call's good. Confiscation, At the Gates, King in the North, yeah. And for the schemes, I think I dropped, what scheme did I drop? I dropped something for pulling the strings. I probably should have dropped Varys' Riddle for it. It looks like I dropped A Game of Thrones. I don't have a Game of Thrones in here. I dropped that for pulling the strings, which is probably okay. It's either that or Varys' Riddle. The stand token is really good in Tyrell because you can like stand big renowned characters. But this is very nice because you can just copy the opponent's exchange of information. Alright, I'm starting to ponder whether I should be playing exchange because I've now had like more than one game where I was low on characters against an attrition deck and I needed to draw characters, and that's what exchange of information is not good at. That's the time when counting coppers is better is when you want to draw multiple characters specifically, because exchange is more likely for them to just give you a single two drop or something like that. So we'll see. I think exchange is better when you expect to be going against other decks with big threats. Martell Rose, I don't know. I hope this isn't... Well, it can't be the combo deck. That got nuked. So we'll see what that is. I think exchange is better then because you can like draw your milks. And I think counting coppers might be better against attrition decks. Yeah, this doesn't tell me a whole lot about his deck. It's still kind of up in the air. So there's a cancer version of this deck that was popular at one point, so it could definitely be an attrition deck with like left and right. What did he play? Whisper Campaign? Against a Reigns deck. Okay then. Very strange choice. But I'll take it. But he's also playing this 4-cost Marjorie, which I don't think you would play this in an attrition deck. So he might just be playing something weird. I mean, the Whisper Campaign is extremely suspicious. Like, what the heck? Why would he play that? So yeah, I have no idea what he's doing. We'll find out. We do have milk for the Marjorie. That's nice. And we have King in the North on deck immediately. Duped Renly on setup. Pretty good. He has to kneel his own reducer chump. I'm not going to be knowing any characters for that Whisper Campaign. I don't need to Marshal Garland Tyrell this turn. So I'm not sure if this really was his best play as an opening plot. I guess this card is decent in range too, but yeah, so what you could do with this is use it to like force people to defend power, and then you can do intrigue after you knelt their intrigue icons with her. Oh, it's this card. It's this card. Alright. Reckless. No! Who plays that? I have yet to see this card. Let's see how annoying it is. So, I'm not sure what the synergy is with Tyrell. Does Tyrell have like bastards that he's going to be playing along with this? But maybe he's just playing like typical Tyrell good cards to go along with it. Alright. Dang, so I cannot afford Great Hall. I mean, Queen of Thorns and Milk. That's unfortunate. If I had one more gold, that would be the play. Queen of Thorns might... No, she's not the play because it's the freaking Intimidate. It's not worth it. We have to do this. I'm not going to deal with that Intimidate. Then I guess I have to do Scheming Septon. Do I do... So I play him. I have 2, spend 1 there. Yeah, let's do this. We can reduce him. It's fine. And now we have 1 gold to use Growing Strong if we want. Probably won't be relevant, but it's always nice to have it there if you need it. I'm probably not going to use this ability because I'm still trying to get stuff out of my hand and like spend my money, and I don't really have anything to spend. Oh, I thought that was the opponent. No, it was just a spectator. I don't have anything to really spend the 2 extra gold on or anything. I mean, I guess that's annoying, but it's pretty irrelevant. Oh, did he... Why is... Oh, because of Reckless. So Renly also has to defend. That's annoying, man. Whenever I saw this card, I was like, yeah, this could potentially be an annoying card. That's definitely frustrating there. I do not want to use Renly to defend a power challenge there. But I had to. I had no choice. Darn. Randall's Harley's probably better than him, though, without Flea Bottom around. So that's okay. That might even be like the best discard out of my whole hand for him to hit. I guess I'm going to go King in the North next turn. He has Flea Bottom and Shadow City Bastard, and I'd rather that he didn't use either one of those. Also disables the Marjorie. Might as well use it while you've got it. Exchange of information, okay. Hopefully I can double exchange if I do Varys' Riddle this turn and then pulling the strings next turn. That'd be amazing. All depends on what he does. Sadly, the Reckless is passive text. It does not get stopped by the King plot, which really sucks. Let's give him a dupe. Starfall, super annoying. Do I want to give him another Reckless? I don't think so. Dornish Revenge. That's a little bit spooky. I'm not... Oh, I should also mention I don't have Valar Morghulis in this deck, which was very up in the air whether I would put it in or not. I think, all things considered, you might be better off having it. You could put it in over, I don't know, something. I think it's totally reasonable to have Valar Morghulis in this deck. I'm just so used to playing without it at this point, I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to use it, but it's obviously good with... I think I have 5 saves, and you know, if you're running Valar, you'd probably have 6. You'd have 3 Ladies in Waiting, and the 6 cost Marjorie. Clearly strong. I'm fine with giving him a duplicate of Marjorie, because I'm not doing Morghulis, and Intrigue Claim's probably never going to matter. So he already has like 2 saves, 3 with the Shadow City Bastard if he wants to use it. So it would be multiple turns out before a military claim would ever even begin to matter. Nope, can't do that. Yeah, you stand that boy back up. Okay. Do I do Queen of Thorns now? Yeah, I definitely play the Queen of Thorns. And she's going to cost 5, and then I'll have 1 left, which seems like a good amount. So we do Rose Road instead of Rose Garden. Oh man, yeah, I guess we should do this, because otherwise Valar Morghulis might be a good option for him. I'll feel crunchy if he plays Dohaeris, but whatever. We're holding a copy of Renly for that. Renly has to defend this. Ah, unfortunate. He must defend. That's a nice card to get. At least he's winning the challenges that he has to defend. It would be worse if he could somehow, like, force me to lose them. So she still gets +1 per defender. That's like a passive ability. So if I defend with the Septon and play Growing Strong, he'll still win it. Which is unfortunate, because otherwise, if I could defend at 3 to 4, I'd probably do that. I don't know why he's waiting so long here. Maybe he's trying to figure out why he can't use Marjorie's reaction. Okay. A little bit arguable whether I should chump block it or not, but this is guaranteed to win a power challenge back against him with Growing Strong, so I think it's fine. No, I should have chump blocked it, because I'm probably going to put Randall Tarley into play, and Randall can win like 2 challenges for free. Alright, so we chump block this. This makes more sense. I didn't factor in the possibility that he would do a 1 strength intrigue. So we are going to get to Varys' Riddle. That's very good. 0 gold on King of the North turn, so there's no way that he can get around it, I don't think. He'd have to do something very exceptional. So I think I actually want Garth, because it's better against Dohaeris. Then I can keep like Renly Garth if he does it. We'll try to wait on Randall until after we see a reset. Plus Garth has both of his abilities active, so he's actually a pretty good character. 4 cards, excellent. I would rather keep the Scheming Septon in play if he does not play Valar Dohaeris next turn, but if he plays Valar Dohaeris, then I should use the Scheming Septon's ability. I think I'm more bothered at least by Dohaeris than by any other plot here, so I'm going to do it. Alright, we drew Flea Bottom, that's good. Yeah, power matters more than military. So we didn't even have to use the Growing Strong. We could have played Randall and then used it to get 2 challenges with Randall, but this is fine. I think I'm in a strong position if he doesn't do... I mean, I'm setting it up so I'll be in a strong position even if he does play Dohaeris. But if he doesn't play Dohaeris, then I think I'm really in a strong position. Because this in my hand is way better than what he has. The Milked Red Viper is not that scary. Unfortunately, I don't have any good Flea Bottom discards. I guess we can discard this. I mean, it's a card for Flea Bottom discard. And probably Bodyguard? I don't know. We can do a limited. Should be okay. Let's do... I guess we might as well just do Late Summer Feast. Oh, really? That doesn't make much sense, but sure. I still called the reset correctly, but I mean, taking away your Shadow City Bastard Flea Bottom that could have given Garth no icons every turn anyways, seems like a waste to put yourself on 2 gold, 0 claim. I don't know. Seems like a waste. So there's no way that he would ever play this instead of Dohaeris there. So I'm guessing that he just doesn't play Dohaeris. If he does, then he flips it next turn, then he faked me out super hard. So that's fine, if that happens. Another reckless. Well, that is annoying. And this is what I'm talking about with exchange of information. You can see how low I am on characters now. I have a 9-card hand, but only 3 characters, and one of them is a dupe, which is kind of unfortunate. And if this is a situation where it might be good to play counting coppers if I just wanted to draw more characters. But hopefully I can use Renly and Scheming Septon to keep drawing. Alright, we definitely play this guy now, because we just don't have anything better to do with our money. I guess we can put a bodyguard on him. Why not? Kind of a waste of the late summer feast, but if it had been Dohaeris, it would have been worth it, because then I could have lost Renly for the Dohaeris and had tons of money to marshal the copy in my hand back down. He didn't even use the reaction. Let's defend with Randall just to get the free renown, since we have all these stand events. I do this so I get double draw off Renly's Insight. Takes the military icon from Randall. Totally fine by me. Well, no, military claim would definitely be bad for him this turn, so that makes sense. You don't want to kill any of these. It's annoying that I can't defend this because I'm going to be over reserved now. Oh, I can do this. That's why this is in the deck, right? This is a dank combo. So annoying that I can't actually win it, though. I want to go over reserve. Oh, man. I could play 2 Growing Strongs. That's just not worth it. Oh, yeah, there's 0 claim. Okay, so we still get over reserve. That's good. Oh, no, because the Scheming Septon is not in my hand. Damn it. For some reason, I thought I would draw it again. I'm used to playing with Renly still available to draw it back, but he wasn't. But he wasn't. Keep forgetting he has 0 claim also. I was about to pick a claim there. I don't care that much about letting him draw with late summer feast because he's over reserve. It's still not necessarily good, but it's worth it to get like power claim and renown and stuff. was trying to go over reserve there, because if I had the Scheming Septon in my hand and I was over reserve, I could discard it to Flea Bottom. But that just didn't work out. Not a big deal. Alright. Let's confiscate one of these Reckless. They're super frustrating to deal with. I guess I'll take the one on the Queen of Thorns since he's probably going to kneel Renly. Of course I draw High Guarding Courtier after I did that. But Courtier still works. Because now that Renly's kneeling, I just wait until I'm going to use him in a challenge and then trigger the Courtier. So I guess what the opponent is playing is supposed to be some type of control deck with a combo of icon removal and forcing people to go into challenges they don't want to go into. We saw that he's playing Dornish Revenge. I don't think it's really good enough though. Not in this game at least. Maybe in other games it would have been really good. But I'm on 11 power because the problem is, even though he can force my characters to go into challenges that I don't want them to go into, that are like suboptimal, they're still winning those challenges, and winning challenges with Renly still will end up winning you the game pretty easily over the course of multiple turns. So I play Marjorie or Mace. Marjorie doesn't have any good lords to kill for her ability, but she has Renown. Let's go Mace. I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, we do this. I guess Queen of Thorns can put the other one into play, but my guess is he'll Starfall her Intrigue. He could do that, but that's really scary because if you let... Now that I have the High Guarding Courtier, he knows that I can stand Renly once, and you also have to be scared of Randall Tarley, because I can have more events from hand to stand Randall Tarley. But I think this is... Okay, still does it. This is too much. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this turn, no matter what he does. I would even say that was a bit of a misplay, the Starfall there, because he could just use Marjorie to force her to defend power. And that would be a better way to nullify her, and then he could save Starfall to take a power icon off Renly. That's what I would have done. I still don't think it's ever enough. I don't think he ever gets there, but I think that would have been a bit better. So one nice thing about this game is I actually did get to show off the Tyrell Flea Bottom combos. Now as you can see, what I can do is discard Scheming Septon to stand Renly with the Courtier, put the Scheming Septon back into play with Flea Bottom, use the Scheming Septon's ability, do a challenge with Renly, draw the Scheming Septon again, and another card from Renly's ability. Just extremely bonkers if you actually have all the pieces to do it. I guess I don't feel like losing this. Sure. Seems as good a time as any to do this. Actually, I should probably use Randall to defend it, but I already stood Renly and he has the Reckless, so now we're just going to do it. Yeah, I should have used Randall, not Renly. And just eating the challenge loss and taking a Renly dupe would have probably been fine. Wouldn't have mattered. But this way I also sort of wasted my Scheming Sept, and I'm not going to be doing a challenge with it before using the ability. It's kind of inefficient. I prefer my Martel Rose deck with just a bunch of strength buffs and Corset Red Viper. That was a fun deck. Although it still triggers me that that Viper is restricted, because then you can't use Flea Bottom in that deck, which just sucks. Stupid combo decks. I guess he's trying to figure out how he's going to avoid losing this turn. Okay, what did he give stealth to? Marjorie. Can she, like, stealth a character and then still use the reaction? I think that would work. Oh, he did Dornish Revenge on Mace? That's weird. I was going to defend with Mace anyways, so that doesn't bother me. Oh, he disconnected. Maybe he gave up. So if I defend with Mace, it'll be 3 to 4. Then I could do both events, but freaking Garth, it would only be +3. So it wouldn't be enough for the agenda. Oh, he's already defending. What do I put on top? Probably doesn't matter. No, stop it. This is glitching. Okay. That freaked me out. It wasn't... It worked, though. Alright, so if the opponent was still here, I would put another card on top of my deck, because I triggered that an extra time by clicking the card a bunch of times, forgetting that the Dornish Revenge was automatically declaring him. But I think the opponent just left the game. I don't think he's going to come back. Which I don't blame him for. He definitely lost. So this is just going to be like growing strong, stand this dude, do a military, get unopposed and renowned, do a power, get power claim, win. Probably could have won dominance too. Like, he might have been able to stave it off at 14 power on my side for one more turn. But it seems like he clearly is not playing Valar Dohaeris, so he was definitely going to die next turn, if not this turn. So this was not the greatest choice. I mean, this is a questionable plot in general, but you definitely don't open with this plot when you see that the opponent is playing the intrigue agenda. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, play At the Gates or something at least. I don't know. Freaking got him, I guess. Interesting deck on the opponent's part, but a bit of tough luck. He just wasn't able to really get there. Milk of the Poppy, man. Milking Confiscation. Guess what I was playing that he wasn't playing? Confiscation. You never leave home without it.